All right, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Endless Creativity with Dionne and Matt. I am Dionne, of course, and that's Matt.
Hello.
And we are your hosts. So every single week, I send out an email talking about a creative challenge that I want you to participate in as well as myself. So let's just say this is week 22, maybe in this year. And I give you a challenge saying, hey, use fabric in your art. And that's what this week's challenge is. So I have several projects collected and pulled together. The first one is going to be using a drop cloth. And I'm going to show you how I made this 3D sculptured piece. I have several other projects. So as you pop on, let us know you're here. Matt is reading the comments. Ask me any questions that you have. But before we get started, we're going to run a little song for you. Now, the challenge this week was to use fabric. I just happen to have my velvet fabric. Now, what I've done here is a step-by-step, really simple process. I even have a YouTube video that Matt so lovingly edited for me, right, my guy?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. As you guys pop on, tell me what you're up to. Where are you coming from? And what did you have for dinner? What did we have?
What did you have?
I had a salad with Brussels sprouts, sweet potatoes, cranberries, and some candied walnuts, and peanut sauce, I think. You.
Watermelon.
Anything else?
Just watermelon.
Woo! So this week's challenge was to add fabric to your artwork. Well, I'm taking it to another level because I actually created artwork, or was it fabric first? Let me just explain. I took a piece of artwork, had my artwork printed on velvet. So if I could hold it up, it would be so much easier, you guys. And then I took an old frame off of an old canvas. You can see from the back. And this is for those of you that maybe you don't paint or you're not really sure what you would do with a blank canvas. Don't worry about it. I got you. You just cut out the fabric, create your own canvas, or this way. Matt, which way does this go?
I don't know. Probably any way you want.
Any way you want. So I took a large piece of fabric, wrapped it around the canvas, and voila. This was a simple, easy DIY. So since the challenge this week is to use fabric, you guys tell me in the comments other ideas, because I honestly sat here and went, okay, do I just adhere the fabric to the canvas? And then I realized we have so many projects that we've done in our Creative Connection. We have a brand new blog post, actually, where I took a drop cloth. Not a drop cloth. What's this called, baby?
I don't know. We could put it on the other camera. That's cool too.
Oh, I'll put it on the other camera here in just 1 second. But I took a photo backdrop and we were having a shower, and I decided these flowers were great, but I wanted to incorporate a little bit different color. So I actually painted right on top of the fabric. I so cheated, you guys. Look at me. Look, this was pink. And then I used the outline, mixed up my own colors, and painted right on top of the pink flower. So another way that you can incorporate fabric into your art, just paint the fabric. I'm going to show you a little bit more of this here in just a second.
Kathleen Hathaway has a good question.
What is it, Kathleen?
She says, I have an antique love seat that I recovered in denim several years ago. It shows wear. What would be the best to paint or stamp it with?
Well, you can paint the velvet, believe it or not. You can use DIY paint, which is a product that I sell and retail. You can use liquid patina, water it down, very saturated. Owner of the company, Debbie Beard, painted her sofa. It was velvet, and it's still to this day dyed that bohemian blue from all the pigmentation in the DIY paint. There's a video on YouTube. I'll ask Michelle if she can grab that. But if you want to learn step by step how you can also paint a photography backdrop. So for example, let's just spread out, honey.
We don't have much room.
We don't have enough room to spread out, but I got to show you how good this looks. Oh, this is going to make a huge mess. So see how there are pink flowers and then there are the other colors. So I just painted right on top of it. But you know, you can get these for a really low cost on Amazon and you can completely change it up. But again, I'm giving all of you guys tips if you're not necessarily feeling really confident about your art skills. Just paint right on top of it. So, Matt, do you think you could do this?
Yep.
You probably couldn't.
Wow. Janet from Another Planet, she said, I did that challenge and made a cow with cow fabric.
Get out.
But the cow looks like a sad dog, so I didn't post it.
All right, Matthew, let's do the overhead camera because I want to show them this a little bit closer up and with a little bit more finesse than what I'm doing at this moment. Okay, overhead. Check it out, y'all. Okay, so this is what the flowers looked like before. I think this drop cost me $40. And let's just say you wanted to practice. You could use this big canvas. It's like 10 by 10. And I painted right on top using just acrylic paint and played around. And guess what? If I don't like it, I just keep painting on it, right? It's just paint. So this is one way that you can incorporate fabric into your artwork. Voila. Now, check this out. This was a painting. I had it printed on velvet. This would be another thing that you could do if you wanted to redo, Kathleen, your denim sofa.
See, Ramblin' Rome, she had to get out of here tonight.
No problem, sis. You could actually take fabric and reupholster it. So our velvets are on my website under fabrics, and we have 12 different choices. But that's one way. But my favorite thing is another process that I want to show you. And that is, oh, wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Slow down, Dionne. I had the best day. The only thing I haven't got to do yet today is yoga. Are we going to do some yoga after a while?
I think you are going to do some yoga, yes.
You won't join me?
I swam today.
Oh, you did. He was like that. And I sat on the side and said, doing good, looking good.
That's not what you said.
What'd I say?
You say, is that all you're going to do today? You're not going to do any more? You only did 23 laps. And
no,
then
you guys don't believe him.
And then I say, yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I took another piece of fabric and wrapped this around here as well. So let's just say this fabric was the back photography backdrop. Cut it up, wrap it around a frame, any type of fabric, and then you could paint right on top of the flowers and have a totally different look. You could spend $40 on a photography backdrop, wrap it around several canvases. Hello, Christmas ideas. Christmas in July is coming, everybody. I hope you're writing this down. Are you writing this down, Woods?
Yes.
No, you're biting your nails.
No, I'm not.
Anybody else bite their nails? Just raise your hand in the comments. Don't be ashamed. Just be part of the Mat Club if you bite your fingernails. So I have this one. Oh, sorry about that. Did I hit that?
No.
One more. Don't go anywhere. And one more. Just took a yard of fabric. Easy cheating. But again, I could practice. I could actually paint over this. Let's just say I painted over it. And I just wanted a simple vase or a simple section of this and just paint right on top of the fabric. Now, velvet, probably not ideal, but you get the gist. Now, the third project that I want to show you is when I did in the Creative Connection, 3D art and sculpture work was really, really popular, and I had to figure out how I was going to get in on this deal. So, nope, that's not going to work. You know how much I love a good drop cloth, right? Well, I do. So let's go overhead, babe. Okay. I know it might look like a crazy mixed up mess to you. I know Matt tells me all the time how mixed up and crazy
I like it. I like the concept of it. Let's just put it that way.
We worked really hard on this.
Well, I think we thought way more than what it actually took to do it.
So what we did was, you know, I end up with a lot as an artist. I end up with a lot of drop cloths, but I'm also never throwing them away, ever, because I like to repurpose them. I've repurposed them as carpets, as curtains. I've made art pieces and actually wrapped them around canvases as well. But this, as you can see, is more like a sculpted piece. So another way that I'm incorporating fabric into my art is I made fabric the art. Okay, so DIY makes a product, excuse me, called liquid patina. And I'm going to show you that product.
I don't think you have any product.
That's a lie. Well, I have it. It's just in the other room. It's in the other room on the other table. So we made a big tub because this was a pretty big piece of fabric. And we poured the liquid patina with water in the tub and stirred it around and mixed it. And then I immersed the drop cloth, which you could do this with any fabric, immersed it in there and then created a shape. Now it was wet. And when we came in the next morning, it was, look at this. I'm a sculptor, not just an artist. Now I'm a sculptor.
Yeah, see, what I wanted to do, which I love that. I think it's really cool. I really do.
So as you can see now, it hangs on the wall just like this. I didn't get rid of it because I love my artwork. So I actually have that up here on display. And then we just painted the back of the canvas black. Played around with it. We did things, we twisted and we pulled and we draped, and I had all these big visions, and we were kind of trying to make it look like a flower because everything turns into a flower for me. So what are your thoughts on this, Matt? Like,
no, I liked it. I liked the whole thing, but my idea was having smaller squares of that and then doing the same thing but make them look like
little 8x8 or 6x6 squares and putting them all together and like circle, 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 circle.
Well, yeah, you turn them like that, but you keep going until they look like a flower.
He's lost me.
Okay, see what you did right there?
Yes.
Keep turning it. Like you would keep turning it, and then it would just be like a circle with all these cool colors and different,
Got it.
You just keep going, and then it turns into a flower. So you take something a little smaller than that piece,
yes,
and then you turn it into a flower, like a flower vase. You can do different colors and all kinds of stuff.
You know what you could do? We could actually use this and create a vase. So let's just say you don't want to do the flower part, or you don't want anything like this, but you could actually take your fabric and sculpt a vase. So like a half vase on something like a piece of wood, and you could sculpt it, and then you could put something down in it and have fake flowers. Matthew, did you love that?
What did you say?
You didn't listen to me. We can make our vase.
I know, I heard you.
Like give me that vase right there.
This one?
Yeah. Toss it over here. No, don't toss me. Don't throw that. Oh boy. But let's say you sculpted something, and now brushes might be kind of heavy, but if you were able to sculpt something and make a vase.
Oh, you know what you could do? Okay, listen.
I don't want to listen. You didn't listen to me.
Listen, Linda.
Okay.
What you do is you get a vase that you want, right? And then so you get the drop cloth wet with your stuff.
Wet with my
the stuff,
patina,
liquid patina stuff, and then you lay the vase down, and then you just cover that. You put that over the vase like a form, and then it forms perfect. And then when it dries, you take the vase, the hard vase out, and then you literally have a vase.
You're so smart.
I know.
Why don't you help me more?
You don't ask.
We could do.
You just don't ask. I don't think you
okay,
like
so
my ideas.
If you're just now popping on, we're going over the creative challenge for this week that came out in my Sunday email. Okay, couple of things. The challenge this week was to use fabric in your artwork. So there's so many different ways, but I thought I would take it a different direction this week and show you how to turn your fabric into artwork, which is what I've done from my artwork. Which way am I pointing? I don't know. So I've done that. Now, there's a YouTube video that Matt put together for me of me making these. And it shows you step by step from beginning to end to even hanging them on the wall. I'm going to ask Michelle to post that YouTube link for me. And then the other thing that we were talking about was this amazing hand-painted drop cloth. I mean, I painted a few flowers. There's also a new blog post on that. So it's all my tips for painting a backdrop and painting right on top of the fabric. We have a new blog post out for that. And when Michelle gets done with her little fancy fingers, she posted it. Mm-hmm. Okay. Secondly, and almost last, I have new journals. You guys have asked for new styles. So I have hand painted. This is embossed. Now the difference with these leather journals, these are not the heavy cotton paper mat. If you try to watercolor on these, you probably will get upset because this is more for writing. Okay. So
Writing.
this is a total writing.
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 Okay. Writing.
So, you know, writing. That's right.
You know, you get the pencil and you write.
Okay, so those are out and now available. And just so you guys know, I do have some new projects coming, new hats. I've got the straw hats coming, and those will be on my website in the next few days. So any questions about any of the supplies, where to find things, or please give me ideas on how I can incorporate some fabric into my own artwork, because I do work on furniture and canvas for the most part. And you mixed media specialists, you know who you are. Raise your hand in the comments if you're a mixed media specialist. How do you incorporate fabric into your artwork? What would you do?
Does
No, it doesn't.
are you sure?
I feel confident.
I don't know. I don't think you're that confident. What about you could use, like, is yarn considered fabric?
Is yarn considered fabric? Let's ask the professionals.
What about,
I'm just saying.
I don't know. Is yarn fabric?
Oh my gosh. I found a new account on Instagram.
Oh my gosh.
This woman took her bra, her pants, her shirt, and she threw them on a canvas because she deals with sustainability and recycling. She threw them on a canvas. She had a mixture like what we used here, but it's a different mixture, I'm guessing. And she adhered all of the items, including her jewelry, beadwork, all things, earrings, adhered it to the canvas. It was probably a board. It wasn't a canvas because it wasn't pliable. A board.
Like plywood?
Yes, she adhered it all to it. And then she painted it with a solid coat of white, like a canvas. And then she painted a huge, gorgeous flower scene all over it.
She drew flowers on her bra?
I'm telling you, it was so beautiful. It has like 1 million views. So I'm hooked on her account. And I can't for the life of me, now that I'm live, remember her name. But you guys got to go check it out. One of you, I found it, and then one of you actually sent it. I think it was Crystal Molina.
Portia Chalmers says, I saw that.
Was
the
it you,
one
Portia?
with the face and flowers in the hair?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't remember, but it was a face. And then she had all this stuff and she had painted on top. So the thing is that she was painting on 3-dimensional, which I couldn't figure out, how do you even do that? But she was recycling. So she was incorporating, instead of throwing things away, she literally was putting it into her artwork. People are so smart.
Let me get this straight. So she took her clothes off.
No, she didn't take her clothes off. I did not say that. What I said was she used stuff that she wasn't.
So she wasn't painting in the nude or anything like that.
No, I never once said that.
Well, you said she took her
No,
clothes.
she just took her clothes and put it like that, like getting stuff out of the drawer.
Oh, okay.
Your imagination went a different direction.
No, not at all. I just wanted to clarify, just make sure it wasn't like.
Okay. Is there any other way that I can incorporate fabric?
They said that yarn. Karen Brown says not exactly.
Not exactly.
Michelle says I would not consider yarn fabric. Maybe yarn probably turns into fabric.
Well, not really. So, like, you know how Danielle Kaminsky uses all of the yarn and she weaves into canvases and it looks so beautiful. It's got like this 3D. So she would, like, Danielle would take this, for example, Matthew. She'd take the piece of fabric and then she'd weave the fiber, yarn.
I've seen her do it.
Yeah, but I'm telling you about it. I was
really
just
awesome.
using it as an opportunity to tell them, and you interrupted me. This guy. Okay, so she would weave the fibers, like she would create a magenta colored flower here and have the fabric or the fibers coming off the yarn. So that's another way, but I don't know how to do that.
Okay.
I don't.
We're going to settle this once for all. Michelle Rapogle, as per Google, yarn is the raw material, a continuous thread made by twisting fibers together. It is a starting point for creating fabrics. On the other hand, fabric is the transformed yarn, the result of weaving, knitting, and felting yarns together to form textile structure. So theoretically, you could say yarn is fabric.
New hats, Matt.
Yeah.
I'm not done. I'm not done.
Thanks, Betty. How
Thank
you
you
doing?
for clarifying that, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, we have clarification.
Oh, this matches my shirt. Perfect. Look at this.
Oh, it does look pretty
Now
good.
it's not done. I've got to do all the fancy stuff and all the ribbons and all the things and the pins and everything. But this
I
one,
kind of so is
Are we still
what is
on that?
yeah, what is that thing called right there?
3D sculpture.
No. What's the drop cloth? The drop cloth, is that considered fabric?
Yes.
It is?
This is a fabric.
Okay.
It's made out of a different type of woven cotton to protect flowering. Okay, I've got a couple more little pieces. I think we have to just about sign off because I've just kind of maxed out my content today.
Well, I mean, we can kind of just talk to Marlene and just see how
Just
Marlene's doing. Yeah. How's Betty doing? You know, maybe Portia. Portia would maybe like to chime in. Oh, she that lady you're talking about, her name is Kate_Tova on Instagram.
Thank you. Was that Miss Portia?
That was Portia. Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Portia. Chalmers, watch this. I'm going to throw you some hearts.
Okay, Betty, you know, we can always count on Betty.
Nope, we're not, are we?
No. Betty says fabric is material,
Nope.
but all material is not fabric. She went deep on this right there.
Betty always does.
She's so smart. She's got it. She's got to figure it out.
She's got all the things.
That, you know what it reminds me of? And don't take this the wrong way, but it's kind of like Yoda.
Me?
No,
Or Betty?
Betty.
Oh, Betty.
She's kind of like Yoda. It's kind of like Yoda.
She's like, Google it. And she's like, boop, 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 boop. She knows all the things. All right, lastly, don't forget, did I already show you all these?
Okay, we're getting in a hard debate, a really heated debate about yarn right now.
I think we should let it go and end on a very peaceful note.
No.
And sing a song. So it's my nephew's birthday. He's 25 today. So I know he's not watching, but happy birthday to our Mason. It's a very special day on June 12th, the day I became an aunt with that boy. That's Munkle Matt. In case you guys do not know, his name is Munkle Matt. I think that's it. You know what else I did? I got to paint outside under the trees. And then I got to finish this one up today. And I haven't named it. So if y'all want to throw out some fun names, that always helps me tremendously. So, boop, boop. I love the colors. Matthew said it was his favorite painting I've ever done. He did it.
I did not.
So throw out some names for me. And Matthew, I seriously don't have anything else to talk about.
I thought we were going to do a project.
You said I didn't have to.
No, I did not. I said
we should have got in here earlier if I was going to have to paint.
We were sitting outside and I said, what project are you going to do this evening?
Yeah. So different ways that you can incorporate it. So if you like a challenge, like I do, I really like a challenge. There's something about someone saying, hey, you should try this, or do you think you can? That makes me go, yeah, I can. So in every Sunday's email, we have week 22, week 23, week 24 of endless creativity. So that's what we're going to be doing. If you want to sign up for that, go to my website at theturquoiseiris.com. In that pop-up, it's going to ask for your email and you'll get signed up for Sunday's email. And also we have a new print, free print download for June. It's pretty. It's got a bird on it.
What kind of bird?
A pretty one.
Is it a yellow cardinal?
No, we're not Renee Smith. We don't get Renee. We
Tell
don't
me
get
about
those.
Tell me about the cardinal.
That's her story. I can't take her story.
No. Tell.
Is she on?
Summarize this story and then let her tell the story. You can summarize.
Yellow cardinal. If you want to know more, go to Renee Smith. I can't tell her story.
No, don't tell it. Just do like a teaser.
Yellow cardinal. Have you ever heard of such a thing? We had to Google it. It's 1 in a million. So if you see one, that's how special you are. I'm going to sign off because I'm starting to get sweaty with all these lights on.
You're still going to do yoga. It's okay if you get sweaty.
I think our kids are home. All right, everybody. I'm going to sign off. But before we go, Matt has a song.
I do?
No, we don't. You guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I'll be back next Thursday?
Wednesday. Today's Wednesday, tomorrow's Thursday.
I have had so much fun today. I have painted on dresses, journals, hats, canvas. I have gone for walks. I've eaten well. It's just been the most beautiful day. And I'm going to go and sit by the pool and do some yoga. And I hope you all have a fantastic evening. And I hope that if you do your challenge with the fabric, that you'll tag me using the hashtag endless creativity TTI. And I'll be able to find it and share it on my social media as well. So until next week, you guys go be awesome. We'll see ya. Mwah.